Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Battle of Badr. The Battle of Badr took place in Ramadan, 1.5 years after Hijrah. When Muslims left their homes in Mecca and moved to Medina, the Quraysh took all wealth that the Muslims left behind. Abu Sufyan, a leader of the Quraysh, went to Syria with this wealth. There he sold the wealth and bought weapons and other goods. He planned to use these weapons to attack the Muslims in Medina. However, when Prophet Muhammad heard of this plan and that Abu Sufyan was going to pass by Medina when returning to Mecca, he came with a small army to capture the weapons and goods. When Abu Sufyan learnt that the Muslims were on their way to stop him, he quickly changed his route. He also sent a messenger to Mecca calling for help. When the news reached the Quraysh, they prepared an army with all the weapons, horses and camels they could gather. Altogether, 1,000 people from the Quraysh set out, including 13 of their leaders, to attack the Muslims. When the Prophet ﷺ found out that the Meccan army coming to attack, he gathered the Muslims and prepared them to defend their homes and families. With the Prophet ﷺ, there were the Muslims who migrated from Mecca, known as the Muhajirun. There were also the Muslims who were from Medina, known as the Ansar. At first, it seemed the Muhajirun were the only ones ready, but soon all the Ansar prepared to defend Medina with the Prophet ﷺ. The total number of Muslims were 313, and they only had two horses and 17 camels between them. Under-equipped, they set out to face the mighty army of 1,000 Quraysh. Before the battle, the Prophet ﷺ left Medina with the Muslims and reached the wells at a place called Badr. They arrived there at midnight and made containers to store water from the wells. Then they waited, worried about what was going to happen. On the night of 17th of Ramadan, the Prophet ﷺ had a shelter made at the top of a hill, so that he could have a good view of the battlefield and remain in praying, seeking Allah's help. When the Quraysh appeared, the Prophet ﷺ cried to Allah, "O Allah, this is the Quraysh who came with their pride. They have came to fight you and your messenger." In the morning, the Quraysh moved closer, and both the Muslims and the Quraysh took their positions, ready for battle. The Prophet ﷺ. On the night of 17th of Ramadan, the Prophet ﷺ had a shelter made at the top of a hill, so that he could have a good view of the battlefield and remain in prayer, seeking Allah's help. When the Quraysh appeared, the Prophet ﷺ cried to Allah, "O Allah, this is the Quraysh who came with their pride. They have come to fight you and your messenger." In the morning, the Quraysh moved closer, and both the Muslim and the Quraysh took their positions, ready for battle. The Prophet ﷺ arranged the Muslims' army and returned to his shelter, where he continued to make dua to Allah, asking for help. One-on-one fights. The Prophet ﷺ then came out to encourage the Muslims. 3 men from the Quraysh stepped forward and challenged the 3 Muslims to a one-on-one fight. The Prophet ﷺ sent forward Ubaidah ibn al-Harith, Hamza and Ali. They all fought and defeated their opponents. The Muslims could not have asked for a better start. The battle begins. After the battle began, the Quraysh kept coming to attack the Muslims. Even though they were outnumbered, the Prophet ﷺ kept reminding the Muslims to remain strong and keep their trust in Allah. They all fought very bravely and they were not alone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent angels to help them. Although the angels were many, they were only seen by a few people. They fought and helped the Muslims in amazing ways. For instance, a companion was chasing an enemy when all of a sudden the enemy died as if somebody killed him. Altogether, 5,000 angels came and helped the Muslims. A clear victory. When victory for the Muslim was certain, the Prophet ﷺ shouted, Allahu Akbar, and Allah has carried out his promise and granted the Muslims a great victory. From the Quraysh, 70 people were killed. 13 of these were great leaders, and another 70 were captured from the Muslims. 14 companions lost their lives. After years of suffering, Allah allowed the Muslims to stand up and defend themselves against the cruel people of Mecca. Now there are others living in nearby cities and who had hatred for Muslims. They think twice before attacking or harming them.
الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس.
Al-Khabir, the all-aware. Al-Halim, the forbearing. Al-Azim, the magnificent one. Al-Ghafur, the great forgiver. Ash-Shakur, the acknowledging one. Al-Ali, the most high. Al-Khabir, the great. Al-Hafiz, the protector. Al-Muqit, the feeder. Al-Hasib, the reckoning one.
أستغفر الله ربي من كل ذنب أذنبته عمدا أو خطأ سرا أو علانية وأتوب إليه من الذنب الذي أعلم ومن الذنب الذي لا أعلم إنك أنت علام الغيوب وستر العيوب وغفار الذنوب ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم.